Welcome back. Imagine that you're in a very important and intense meeting with your boss when the donuts arrive, and some of them are your absolute favorites. You check in with your body, and it's clear that it is still full from breakfast. You're not physiologically hungry, but are definitely craving one of those donuts. This is a great example of a time when it's probably not going to be acceptable for you to just sit back, close your eyes, sink in, and tune everyone out. This isn't actually completely the case. You can probably keep your awareness on the meeting and also put some of your attention more deeply on fundamental well-being. And that's certainly a good idea in this situation and will help to distance you from the craving. But you can't necessarily fully immerse yourself in sinking in. The most important thing in a situation like this is to simply be aware that the trigger has arisen and undesirable conditioning is in play. That alone will often change your actions in the moment, and that will have some impact on the underlying conditioning over time because your brain is watching your actions for clues on how it should update your internal programming. However, we don't recommend stopping there. Now that you know about this trigger, you can recall it at a later time and sink in. Of course, it's not exactly the same as being in the moment, which is the most desirable time to use the sinking in process, but it can still be very effective. As you go through your day using the food-based awareness exercise, you can build up a list of the most significant food-related triggers that you notice. Then, at a more convenient time later in the day, you can imagine yourself back in the situation, which will cause a sense of the trigger to return. Put your attention on that and sink in until you feel it's gone. Because there isn't an actual stimulus present, it will typically go away more rapidly. When it does, you want to stop sinking in and repeat the whole process. As you do this, you'll begin to see that it's weaker each time that it's called up in your imagination, and that eventually you can get it to the point where it seems fully disempowered. It's important to note that this might not actually be the case, though. To continue with the same example, the next time you're in a meeting with your favorite donut and your favorite donuts appear, you may very well still experience some psychologically based desire to eat them. Most likely it will be weaker than the previous time, but it may still be there. Just keep at it. Sink in as much as you can in the moment without it affecting your work situation, and use the imagination-based sinking in exercise later on. Keep repeating this strategy until the trigger no longer happens. Again, another benefit of this is that each time you sink in, you're also deepening and progressing in your experience of fundamental well-being. So this is a great double benefit. Things like weight loss can be a huge motivation to use sinking in, with the side benefit being a deeper and richer, ongoing experience of fundamental well-being. One very useful thing about our conditioning around food is that it doesn't just relate to a desire to start or keep eating, what we eat, and so on. So many aspects of our life happen while we're eating. We'll talk about the importance of this and how to use it in the next video. I'll see you there.